Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to do a really old school video today. I'm going to go back to basics and I'm going to share what's in my bag as a mum of a 9-year-old, a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. So if you want to keep watching, then let's do this. So firstly, I hope you're all doing okay. I'm not too shabby today. I'm just filming this before I go and pick the kids up today. Had a really busy one and my birthday's tomorrow, which I'm really excited about. Hence why I've been so busy today, because I'm trying to earn the day off, if you know what I mean. Mark is taking me to Manchester and I'm gonna go to Primark. I'm very excited. Also, sorry, I hope the lighting is okay. I had the ring light on, but it was kind of giving me a bit of a headache, and I think it looks okay, so we're just gonna go with it. But I remember when I was a mum to much younger children, I was always obsessed with seeing what was in people's changing bags. Like, you know, when you had to take like everything but the kitchen sink out with you. And obviously I don't have babies anymore. I don't. And we're growing up as a family, we really are. Like, we're entering the next phase where we can do stuff together. Like, we play games after dinner and we can go to the cinema together or go bowling and stuff. And it's just a different stage of life, but I still have a bag that I take around with me. And I have a few bits in, and they're more for me, but I just thought I would share because they're always fun to watch, aren't they? So the bag in question, I've got it next to me. Sadly, it's very old, so you probably won't find it online anymore. I have had this for years. I'm talking since maybe Daisy was a baby. This was kind of like an extra bag. It's been abroad and everything. It was from ASOS. It's lasted so well. It's faux leather, and I swear it was only about £20 or something like that. It's just a little backpack, has a zip at the front, has a little toggle here that you can tighten and adjust, and then it's basically just an open middle, like main section with a little zip at the back. And I just thought I would show you what I put in it, because every time I like include this in vlogs and stuff, people always ask where it's from. But hopefully you'll be able to find somewhere like something similar, maybe again on ASOS. New Look do some pretty decent bags, or Primark probably as well. But I would really recommend a backpack if you are a mum, because once you get rid of the buggy, which obviously Stan got rid of actually when he was 2, because we were in lockdown, and the only exercise that we could do during the day was go for a family walk, and we just thought if that's the only time he's getting out of the house, we don't want to put him in the buggy, so we encouraged him to walk it. And as such, he's probably the quickest to actually get out of a buggy as a consequence, because he just walks everywhere now, and we've not had a buggy for probably over a year. And he does so well, like goes on proper long walks and everything now. And I like a backpack now because A, I've got 3 kids, but I've only got 2 hands, and it just means I'm not caught up with anything else that I need to carry. Everything's on my back, I can just swing it round and access it if I need to, and it's just a lot easier. Plus, I feel like this is cute enough to take out when I haven't got the kids, and it doesn't look like mumsy or anything like that. Like, it's still quite trendy. I mean, you can't go wrong with a bit of tan faux leather, can you? But let's get on to all of the bits that I keep in my bag. So I'm going to start off with bits for the kids, because I do obviously have kids and still need a few items. Some are quite unique to our family maybe, but I'll show you them anyway. The first thing that I will always have is some wipes. These are just the Aldi Mamia ones. They tend to be the ones that I buy the most of these days. We don't go through them very quickly at all, because we don't like do nappy changes or anything like that anymore. I used to cloth wipe when we did nappy changes, but the unfortunate thing with cloth wipes is that if you leave them in your bag, they can go a bit mouldy unless you're regularly washing them, and we're just not getting through them enough for them to be beneficial. So I have these just as like emergencies, really. They're really just useful in all situations. The next thing, obviously we aren't potty training anymore. Like, Stan is fully potty trained and like mostly dry at night, but accidents can always happen, so I always keep a spare pair of pants. It's never like a full-on, like, completely wet myself situation. It's normally just like a, oh gosh, I really need to go, and like there might be a slight leak. So I just find these really, really useful to have, and they just live in there. Like sometimes I'll be getting stuff out my bag and accidentally pull out a pair of pants, but I've moved on, I'm cool with that now. And then the final thing that I will normally have is just a snack, like an emergency snack, and I will usually have 3 of them, obviously because I've got 3 kids, and it's just there if for whatever reason we get held up somewhere, or like the kids start moaning and we don't really want to cough up any money when we're out somewhere. Like say if we go to Lime Park, which is nearby to us, we'll take snacks and we'll take like a big bottle of water and try and tide us over so we don't end up in a cafe or something, because we would normally take the dog as well. So I love these, like any fruity snacks like this I'm quite happy with the kids having. These ones are from Tesco. You can get like cheaper versions at Home Bargains and B&M, which I do a lot, and the kids really love them, and they last quite well as well. Like these don't go off until October 2022, so if they do live in my bag for a little bit, they're okay. Plus they're not chocolate, so they don't melt, because that can sometimes happen. So as I mentioned, there are some bits that we have in my bag as well that are unique to our family, or like certain families like us, and it's like hearing aid stuff and things like that. Now my hearing aids, as you'll have seen, like I was very lucky to work with Amplifon last year, and mine are rechargeable, but Daisy's ones, because she's under paediatric audiology, they have batteries, so I always keep some spare batteries on me. These are supplied by the NHS, and the special key that unlocks her hearing aid so she can't access the batteries easily, because obviously these are very small and could be swallowed. So I always have them on, because as a fellow hearing aid user, I know how horrible it is when your ears run out, and it can really knock your confidence and you can feel quite left out. So I always have those on me. And then I also have a couple of cleaning wipes, like just a few, because she wears like her glasses most of the time. I tend to wear my contacts now just because I prefer them with hearing aids as well, and the mask situation is just easier. So I have those as well, just for quick cleanups, because that's always useful. And that is kind of all that I have for the kids, which is just such a breath of fresh air, because I remember taking like bottles, bottle warmers, nappies, wipes, spare clothes, toys, changing mat. With Daisy we had to take loads of extra medical bits as well, and now I just have a handful of things. So I promise you, if you have like babies and little toddlers, I promise you the bag gets lighter over time. So the stuff that I have next, I will talk about like just the obvious bits. So I will always have like my keys and my wallet on me. They'll either be in my bag or in my pockets. My coats have really deep pockets, so it's handy to grab them sometime. This is something that I've started doing more regularly now, and this is a little card like holder from Monkey. I think I got it via ASOS. I used to have a massive wallet that would be like this big, but it takes up so much space, and a lot of the cards in there are like membership cards, store cards that I don't typically use because I would shop online more and that kind of thing. So I have the essentials, like my bank cards, like my business card, my driving license, any like, you know, store cards that I would use regularly, and they all just live in here. And what's really nice about that is that I can just grab it and go, and it can stick in a pocket really easily and save space. So I really recommend getting one of these. Like if you feel like you only use a few cards in your wallet, try one of these instead, because honestly you get so much more room then in your bag. I really recommend it. And then also, to go along with that, I'm just trying to pick it up now, I always have some change on me. Like some weeks I forget and I lose it, but it's really good to have for like baby groups, which we'll go to, like baby and toddler groups that I still go to with Stan, and it's also good for emergency donations to school when you've forgotten, because sometimes that happens, sometimes you just forget. So I always try and remember to chuck a few quid in my bag, and then at least I've got it, and it just makes things so much easier. So I have that, and that is kind of all the money stuff. My house keys I have with like various different keys on. The only thing that I don't have on there is our car key, because we only have one car and only one of the keys that we have for it is like the beep beep one. So we tend to keep that in like a safe place where whoever needs the car can grab it. That's probably really weird to do, but that's what we do. So that is all of that sort of stuff, like the essentials, if you will. So the next thing is oh sorry, it's a bit grubby, but I have used it today. It's my takeaway coffee cup. This is a Corksicle one, and it's the Rifle Paper Company and Corksicle collaboration one. I got it a few years ago, so it is a few years old, but if you check out Corksicle, you can find similar ones. This is my favourite cheese, in all honesty. Not only is it really pretty, but it really does keep things warm, and it has like a lockable lid. And I don't really like the super tall ones, because again, they take up so much space, and I tend to order a flat white. My drink of choice at the moment is a flat white with coconut milk, because I just really like it. But I keep this back in my bag again now. I used to use this all the time, and then obviously because of COVID, coffee shops stopped using these for a long time. I've started using them again, and at least where I am, the only thing you tend to have to do is remove the lid for the staff and then just give it them like that, and then you can put the lid on yourself. But yeah, I love these, and normally, like, depending on where you go as well, your coffee will be cheaper if you use your own, so that's always useful. Another few essentials that I can't be without is a brolly or an umbrella. This is a Primark one, if I remember, and it's really cute. I love lilac and pink and yellow. They're like my favorite colors. You'll probably tell, like, around my house. So I always have that in my bag just in case I get caught in a shower. Admittedly, if I am out with the kids, I'm usually holding hands, and I just have to get wet because I can't hold a brolly as well. But if I'm out on my own, it's handy to have. And then obviously another thing I always have at the moment is a face mask. I also keep face masks in my coat pocket as well, so I can just grab them if I need to. But if you ever, like, well, you know what it's like. If you ever, like, forget to put one in your pocket, or like the one that you've already used and it's dirty, you're like, oh no, I can't actually go anywhere unless I've got one. So I always have a clean one, and I typically will wash these after every use and just like recycle them out. If you want a suggestion of where do you get them from, like fabric ones, I can really recommend Bromas. My friend Jenny, she has her own company and makes them, and like makes Merlin's bandanas as well, and she's got really lovely prints, so I can really recommend her. And then another thing that I have typically a lot at the moment is just like a woolly hat. This is from New Look. It comes in loads of different colours, but I really like it. I love neutrals. You can probably tell, like, I like neutrals and like pastels and that kind of thing, and this is just really comfy. It fits my gigantic head, and it wasn't too expensive either. I got that quite recently. And then the last few things, obviously when the seasons change, I will have things like, you know, I'll chuck a sun cream in there for the kids, and then I'll have a few extras like maybe sun hats if we're going on a day out, or if we're going out on a day out at the moment and it's cold, I will have their hats and gloves. But those are things that get added in seasonally. But one thing that I thought I would mention, because you kind of can use it all day round, is this. Now I have I have an hourglass shape, but I have really big like legs and arms and a huge arse, and no matter what size I am, my thighs love each other, and they will try and like hug at all opportunities. I don't have a thigh gap. I will never have a thigh gap, and sometimes this is just like what you need to enjoy wearing floaty dresses, or if you're on a night out or something and you know you've got a dress on, it's just really handy. It's the BU chafing cream. It's all natural, ultra hydrating, high performance and vegan friendly, and I just thought I would show you it because like it's kind of just left in my bag all the time, just in case I need it. You can also use like snag tights. They have little like short tights that you can wear to prevent that as well, but I just thought I would share it while I have it on me. And then another thing that I always have is antibacterial hand gel. This is a Carex one. I love Carex, I like their hand soaps and stuff, so I have this because A, kids get grubby, but B, COVID and other germs, to be honest. Another random thing I've got to show you is I always have a bag for life as well. This is an Aldi one. It's very well used, but it like all scrunches up and turns into this little kind of ball, and it's always useful just in case I nip to the shops, because obviously I have room in that bag, but sometimes I'll need a bit more, and it saves the environment or me spending too much money. So I'd really recommend sticking one of those in as well, because it just makes sense. And then a few final bits. I always keep some sort of pain relief on me just in case of like an emergency headache, or like say period pains or something like that, because it's just sensible. They just live in my bag. I'll always keep a bobble. I love these type because they don't like dent your hair as much. You can get them from all over the place. This is a Primark one, but they're really useful, and I always have one of them in just in case, because I get quite annoyed with hair, like if it's on my face too much, especially at the end of the day when I'm really tired, I need a bobble. In fact, you will note there is always one on my wrist as well. I have a random tampon, because, well, I'm a woman, and I have friends as well. I typically, though, I will say, I will wear my Wooker period pants a lot of the time, especially at night, because they're more comfortable. But if I am, say, going on a night out and I'm wearing like a certain type of dress and the pants aren't always suitable, I still keep tampons on me just in case. But also, you never know, like I've had a really, this is TMI, but we're all women here. I had a really random spotting episode recently, and it's good to have stuff like this on you just in case, isn't it? And I don't want to put my period pants in my bag because I'll forget that they're in there and think they've gone missing. So I have an emergency one, and then if your friend ever needs it, you have one. So yeah, these. And then finally, sunglasses. I think these might be ASOS or New Look. They're quite old now, but I keep them just in case. Like sometimes the sunny days can like be quite bright even in winter, although I have to say it's very rare that I'll pick them out at the moment, but they're always living in the bottom of my bag. And then finally, one of my matte lip creams. I have a few in this shade, which is my favorite, which is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Stockholm. I also like Zurich as well for like daytime shades. They're really inexpensive, and I always have one of these on me just as a little touch up. But that is essentially everything. So yeah, I thought that was useful. If you've got any suggestions like for kids or anything that you think that I should be taking around with me, let me know. And let me know in the comments as well if you want any other videos like this, or any just things that you really fancy watching or knowing, like skincare, different routines. I know someone asked me recently if I could do like a parenting and discipline style one, which I think is a really cool idea, so I'll try and do that as well. But yeah, just let me know, and I hope that you enjoyed it, because it was a bit of an old school one, but I thought it would be fun anyway. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I will hopefully see you next time.